Joe, I got a question for you.
Alex? Okay.
You skateboard, right?
I do. Boy, do I.
So I've never skateboarded,
Okay.
but I want to know. Every once in a while, I'll take those Lime scooters. I'll take those to like the gym and back or work and back or something.
Okay.
And typically, I would ride right foot forward, and my right foot is my push foot. Is that like the cool, correct way, or is that the poser way?
No, I mean, there's regular and goofy, right? So regular is your left foot forward and your dominant leg, the right leg is your pushing leg. Goofy is your right foot forward and your left leg pushing. So you're either regular or goofy.
Okay, so I guess I'd be regular then, because my instinct is to push with my right foot.
Yes, you are regular. You're a regular skater. That's pretty good.
Okay, good to know. Because I was really afraid that one of these days I'm just gonna get fucking plowed by a semi, and everyone's just gonna be like, "Wow, look at this goofy footed." Like they're just gonna make fun of me for not riding it correctly. So at least if I get turned into fucking roadkill, I'll know that they won't make fun of me.
Well, as long as you're not made fun of, you may be dead, right? But as long as you're not made fun of, that's kind of the goal here, right?
That's what
Like,
matters.
isn't that the goal for everything, right? Like, boy, that guy really sewed goofy, you know? Like, oh, he had a goofy set of paper clips, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as I'm not made fun of, that's all that matters. The worst thing you can do as a skater, though, is grab your trucks and hold it and be like, oh, guys, I'm getting ready to go to the skate park. Like, that's the goofiest, nerdiest way to fucking hold a skateboard. Don't do it.
Then how else would you hold it?
You just, put your arm, let the trucks rest on your arm and just hold it like a cool guy. Don't be like a fucking nerd about it. It's called mall grabbing. Do not mall grab. Hashtag no mall grab. Where are my mall grabbers at? Right?
Is that mall as in like mauled like a bear or mall like a shopping center?
Like a shopping mall.
Ah.
Yeah. Do I have like a fucking silly accent when I say that? What do you mean?
No, I just didn't know mall or mall. Like I just,
I get mauled by a bear.
getting mauled by a mare by a mare. Can't even get the joke out. Let's start the fucking show. Yo, welcome to episode 2 of Random Question. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you didn't quit between episode 1 and 2.
Well, I had to make sure I had my hot dogs before I started because I'm very hungry.
Are you eating those hot dogs with a fork and no bun?
I am. And let me tell you why I'm raw dogging the hot dog, right? I haven't gone grocery shopping in about 2 months. I swear to God. I swear to God. So I have no buns. My fridge is getting real empty. So my hot dog supply is going way down. Now, my hot dog to bun ratio was off anyhow. Now it's really off. I'm all dog, no bun, right? So now I'm kind of forced to eat without a bun. And it's kind of liberating, to be honest with you.
I'm trying to understand how a person can go 2 whole months without going to the grocery store. Like, what are you living off of?
Well, let me explain to you the Joey C way, Alex. The Joey C way is called kitchen surfing. I do it constantly. One night it's my mom. One night it's my nana. One night it's my aunt. One night it's my sister. One night it's a friend. And every other time before that, it's DoorDash. I have spent a small fortune. Now, you may be thinking, Joey C., you did a movie over the summer. You made a pretty decent amount of money. Boy, all of that goes to Wendy's DoorDash at midnight, every single night. I think the last 10 nights, I have DoorDash dinner. And today I was in a hurry to record this episode, so I didn't have time to DoorDash. So here I am making some hot dogs. And I didn't have any ketchup. I squirted the last of that ketchup. I had to mix it with water to get it out of the fucking
Ew.
thing. So
Ew.
I got watery ketchup, man.
Ew.
So it's pretty good, bro. Just mix a little tomato soup in there, you'll be fine.
Here's kind of an existential question. Is it still, if it's not in a bun, is it still a hot dog? Or is it the bun? Is the whole product a hot dog?
No. It's not like the corn dog question.
Oh,
right?
fucking here we go.
Like, it's still a hot dog without the bun. Like, the bun is just an accessory to the meal, right?
Where do you land on the corn dog situation?
It is not a corn dog without the stick.
Okay, I completely agree. That's where I land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because, like, legally speaking, right? It says it has to be on a wooden stick in the U.S. patent. So that's what I'm going on, right? Without the stick, it's just a novelty item, right?
Yeah, it's just a fried hot dog and cornmeal.
Exactly.
Yeah, once
That's
you
what
put
I'm
the
saying.
stick in it, that's what makes it the corn dog.
Now, Alex, there's a lot of questions being asked. We should probably get to the main questions.
Let's not even do main questions. We could just keep asking ourselves bullshit questions. We'll just do 40 minutes of this. 40 minutes of corn dog.
I gotta tell you, I'm down with that. Although I have prepared a good one for you.
You know what? I am fascinated, and I went first last week, so I'm going to defer to you, and I'm going to let you go first this week.
Okay, Alex, this is a series of questions that's going to allow me to read into your psyche. It's kind of a tool that psychiatrists use. Okay. It's called the cube. Have you ever heard of it?
The movie where those people get like killed inside of a cube?
No, but close.
Okay.
Okay, Alex, there's 7 questions in here.
Oh,
Okay.
this is like an exam.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay. Here we go. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
I'm referring to my monitor over here. Think of an open field. Okay.
Okay.
Like picture it in your mind.
Got it.
How big is this? Now, don't answer this. Like, answer this in your head. Right?
Mhm.
How big is this field? What's it filled with? What are the surroundings like? Okay. You can give your answer.
So I picture a very, very large, wide open field with nothing but tall grass and blue sky. So like when you say open field, I don't picture like other things in that field.
Okay. Good. Because that wasn't part of the question. You wouldn't have
Okay.
listened if you did. Okay. Now, think of a cube. Okay.
Like the movie where those people get killed
No!
inside. No? Okay, got it.
cube.
Shit. Sorry.
How big is this cube? Right? How big is this cube?
Oh, son of a bitch. Hang on a second.
Technical difficulties, folks.
Fuck. How is my memory card full? What the fuck? Shit. Hang on. What the fuck's going on? When did it fill up? Son of a bitch.
Amateur move, baby.
3 minutes. How long have we been recording? 8 minutes? Son of a bitch. All right, well.
Oh my God.
It's all good. New memory card. Here we go. How long you got on? Let's see. You could give me... Joe, I'm sorry to interrupt the exam like this. 1 minute. Why do I have no fucking card space? What the hell is happening? God, Joe, that's it. Just cancel the podcast. Everybody go home. That's it. We're done. Here, wait. I'm gonna ruffle my plastic bag full of memory cards really close to the microphone.
Oh, that's nice.
How's that sound?
Oh, that sounds real nice.
Let's see. Are you big enough? How many gigs are you? Ooh, 128. That's a lot of gigs. Let's see. What if I just pulled out a memory card that was like 3 gigs? Just completely fucking worthless.
512 megabytes.
Okay, you're all softball footage. I can format you. Okay, awesome. If you haven't watched the 2024 Elex Caro softball game featuring official Joey C, you can go watch that now. Go watch it now because I've erased all the footage, so there's no going back. Okay, here we go. Hang on.
You're going to have to use this footage.
Yeah, I know. It's going to fucking suck. It's going to be so
you're going to
bad.
have to use that footage for a while.
All right, 2.5 hours. Here we go.
Nice.
My camera dies. Fuck!
I would shit.
Right,
I would absolutely shit.
Here we go. Focus. I said focus.
God damn it, camera. Focus!
It's focusing on the books behind me. I'm not smart enough. Don't focus on the books. I don't even read them.
Knowledge.
All right. Here we go. All right, rolling. Let me sync this up. All right, Jesus Christ. That was horrible fucking audio for 3 minutes there. That shit. All right.
Video, not
audio. I'm going to fucking... Anyway, sorry. What was the question? What about the movie Cube?
So you got your field, right?
Yep.
Think of a cube.
Like the movie Cube where they get killed inside of
the cube!
All right, I got it.
How big is this cube?
I picture almost like a Rubik's Cube, like big enough to fit in my hand.
Okay.
Wrong answer.
What's it made out of?
Oh, God. I didn't think that far. Something solid, right? Maybe like I picked in my head. It doesn't have color. It's like white. So probably some sort of like white metallic surface substance material.
Like a stone?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, like maybe like a natural material. Yeah,
Is
sure.
it smooth? What's the surface like?
Yeah, yeah, smooth.
What so it's white, okay. Where in the field is this? If you're standing and looking at the field.
It was not in the field.
It has to
These are
be in
these
the
are two
field.
separate ideas.
It
Oh
has to
shit.
be in
Okay.
the field.
Oh, it's in the field?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well then it's then I'm standing in the field and the cube is in my hand.
Okay.
That's how I
Okay.
imagine it then.
All right. Is it transparent?
No.
Okay. Now, in the field, think of a ladder.
Okay.
How long is this ladder?
It's a very long ladder. It's like one of those ones that like you could extend it to be an even longer one, like one of those
Okay.
metal ones.
Okay. Where in the field is the ladder?
Well, so like I said, I just picture an open field with no other like
Yeah, but now you're adding things in the field.
sure.
So
But
you've
there's
just
nothing
added your cube.
but there's nothing for the ladder to lean against. So it's just kind of lying in the center of the field.
Okay.
Like you can
That's-
kind of see where the grass dips down.
Okay. Interesting. Very fucking interesting. So how far away is the ladder from the cube?
Maybe like I picture kind of out in the distance, so maybe like 50 to 100 yards.
Okay.
Wrong answer. You're doing terrible.
Fourth question. Okay. Think of a horse in the field.
Okay.
What color is the horse?
The horse is brown and white.
What is the horse doing?
The horse is just kind of hanging out, eating grass, pooping.
Where is it in relation to the cube?
It's far away from me again.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm standing in the field with the cube in my hand. And when I imagine the ladder or the horse or something else, it's kind of like out in the distance and I'm looking at it from a distance.
Okay.
So it's just kind of like out there. It's just kind of hanging out.
So it's
you know?
far away. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to spook it.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. All right. Think of flowers
Okay.
in the field.
Mhm.
Where are the flowers? And how many are there?
So I now when I envision flowers in this open field, they almost like take the place of the grass in my mind.
Okay.
So instead of a field of grass, I now have like a field of flowers in my mind.
So filled with flowers.
Exactly.
Are there different types of flowers or is it one type of flower?
I don't know flowers all that well, so I'll say they're one kind of flower, but many different colors.
Okay. Okay. Think of what the weather in the field is like. You said it was sunny, blue skies, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
No, I want it sleeting. I want it hail.
No,
I want it
don't
to be
fucking
dark.
ruin this, Alex.
It's
Don't
two.
fucking
It's
ruin
2 in the
this.
afternoon, but it's dark like it's midnight.
Don't trust me. You don't. Okay, you want that? answer?
86 and humid with a little bit of sleet.
You want
No,
that?
it's a beautiful sunny day
Okay. Okay. All right.
with just
Now-
a little bit of sleet.
Now, now think of a storm. Okay,
Like Storm from the X-Men.
like a storm rolling in. Okay.
Okay.
What is the difference? What is the distance between the storm and the cube?
Very, very far. Even
Okay.
further than the ladder and the horse. Like it's
Okay.
way out. You can see it. You're like, it's not going to hit you for like a half an hour.
Is it a big storm?
Huge storm.
Okay. Now let's analyze your answers.
Oh, that was all 7? Shit. Okay.
Okay.
Police! Oh, fuck! I'm sorry!
So here we go. The field represents, now take this with a grain of salt. Okay.
Yeah.
The field represents your mind. Its size represents your knowledge of the world and how vast your personality is. The
Empty,
condition of the
stupid.
field is what your personality looks like at first glance. So you said you you are feeling optimistic, but sometimes get overwhelmed with pessimistic thoughts. Okay?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
The cube represents you. The size of the cube is your self. Your self.
Fuck all the way off.
The surface of the cube represents what is visibly observable about your personality. Or maybe it's what you want others to think about you. The texture of the cube represents your nature. So you are a gentle person who takes care not to hurt others or make them feel uncomfortable. You
Okay.
are kind, independent, and self-reliant.
Okay.
You have solid integrity. Your personality is strong. You cannot be bent or influenced by any external force. You are dominant and consistent. Your cube is small, so you have low self-worth. Okay. We're going to move on.
Yeah,
the ladder represents two different aspects of your life: your goals and your friendships.
Oh, good Lord. Here we
Your
go.
goals are more far-fetched and difficult to obtain. And since the ladder was far away, you aren't putting much thought or effort into achieving your goals as you would like. The location and material, actually, we didn't go over that. So the location of your ladder can also tell how close you are with your friends on a personal level. The closer the ladder is to the cube, the stronger the ladder is, the better the bond of the friendship. So you have a hard time opening up to people and letting them get close to you. But you have a strong bond with those friends.
All right. Yeah. I'll save my opinions for the end.
Yeah. So so the horse represents your ideal partner. Okay.
Four-legged and filthy.
Your ideal partner is calm and fully committed to you. Now,
and also has a tail.
Now,
and likes to eat hay.
Your color of the horse. Right. So you prize comfort and reliability above all else. Otherwise, you don't have a specific set of expectations for your partner. I could see that.
It would have been extra funny if you were like, "What's the color of your horse?" It's like Asian. Like it's just purely like oh, I guess okay, that was on the nose, sure.
One more factor to consider about the horse is the distance from the cube. If it's very near, it indicates that you prefer relationships where you spend most of your time with your partner. If the horse is a bit farther away from the cube, it indicates a need for a partner who will understand and accommodate your desire for alone time, which I agree with. Okay. The flowers represent your friends and family. Okay. You said they're everywhere. And guess what, Alex? You're a social butterfly, man. With friends and family too numerous to count. You'll never be lonely, right? And with different types and colors of flowers, you have a vast, like, palette, if you will, for friends. Okay.
What color are the flowers, Asian?
Now, yeah. The weather conditions, you said sunny and bright. And guess what? You are optimistic and carefree for the most part. I like that. Now the storm. The strength and position of the storm reflects the stress you're feeling in life. As you probably guessed, the stronger the storm and the closer to the cube, the higher the stress level. If you imagine a storm raging above your cube, it might be a good idea to work on reducing stress in your daily life.
It might be a good idea to just kill yourself. Just get ahead of it.
So you said the storm was fucking huge, right? When you stress, you go all in and have a very hard time pulling yourself out again. But any obstacles that might be causing you grief are not at the forefront of your mind, and you're good at managing anxiety. That's pretty good. That's the end of it, Alex. And before you get into your opinions, it's a different type of question, right? But I think I did this too. And I pretty much agreed with what it said.
Okay.
Minus the fact that I said my cube was about 20 feet long. So that shows the size of my ego. But I for the most part, I think I agree with you minus your cube size.
You think so?
I'd like to hear your opinions on that.
I think I agreed with most of it for the most part. I think the one thing I actually would push back on is the horse and the ladder distance, meaning that you're like distant from your relationships. I think it did say in there that like that like you have a hard time letting people in, but the people you do let in, you're very close with. So like I
Yep.
guess on that in that respect, it's fairly true.
I
Um,
agree. I
but
agree.
like in terms of
Vulnerability is
like
tough.
vulnerability stuff, yeah, it definitely can be. I think here we can even just get into that, I guess. I for me, like part of the reason I don't like getting vulnerable or don't, you know, let people in super fast or whatever is because I don't want to be like too personal, too fast, and end up being like annoying or making people uncomfortable.
Yep.
Because I don't like it when a person that I don't know very well gets like way too personal too quick.
It's the
I
worst. Yeah.
when I worked at the radio station, we had a gentleman who worked on. He hosted a show and he would come in, you know, once or twice a week and do his show. I had worked with him 3 or 4 times before he just starts spouting off to me about his ex-wife, the girl he's currently with, talking about he legitimately said to me that he was thinking about killing himself before he met the next girl. I was like, "Sir, with all due
What the
respect,
fuck?
I've known you for about 3 weeks. I don't need this." We were like in the studio together, so like the door is shut and it's just the two of us and he's like it just started in and it was a very uncomfortable fucking hour of recording what was
Yeah.
supposed to be a history oriented radio program. That was also a very weird pivot. Was like that, and you know what? If it weren't for so and so, I would have killed myself.
Oh my god.
All right, let's get into the show. Today we're going to talk about the Underground Railroad. It was just very like it was a very
That's
weird heel
fucked.
turn.
Yeah.
But like I don't want to do that to other people. I don't ever want to like complain about my own shit or like talk about myself and then people are just like that's fucking great. I didn't ask.
Yeah, but I think it's different though, like with people you're close with, right? Like I would never see you do that with like some dude who's like cutting your hair, right? Like this is not gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think like overall, like I said, minus the cube size, I think that's pretty accurate from what I know about you. And I only know a surface level, right? As you do for me as well. But
Did you how much different were your answers than mine? You said your cube was a lot bigger, but then what else was
my
was
cube
different?
was so big I couldn't even like fucking see it. It was so fucking big. And my ladder was like in the space. My
Hmm.
ladder was leaning up against my cube. Uh there was only like 4 flowers in my field. Because
Hmm.
like I have a really small circle of people that I interact with, and I like to keep it that way.
I also wonder how much the when it comes to like just being able to like close your eyes and imagine something like that to me alone is like that just that part can tell you a lot about a person's like personality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cause like you are a very creative person and like very outgoing that way. And so like I could totally see that like your envisioning of, you know, an abstract idea is very large and very different and very like I can totally see that for you. So like I would almost say like that first question alone can tell you a lot about a person's personality type.
Yeah, that's
Like just to
so fucking true.
like close your eyes and envision whatever thing. Like I feel like the more creative people would have like more creative envisionings compared to just like people that don't think that way.
Yeah, definitely. That's a very good point that I didn't think about. Because I didn't even think of people having trouble envisioning that. Like, dude, I was driving while I was being asked these questions, and I just had a super easy time envisioning these things. But I can imagine somebody who's like analytical and like shit like that, that doesn't exercise that creative muscle in their brain, having such a hard time trying to be like, what the fuck? How do I see a field in my head?
So have you ever like actually heard about this idea that like there's people that like they cannot envision things, they can't picture things in their mind?
That's wild. I've never heard of that, but
The one that goes around is like it's simply just like can you close your eyes and picture an apple? And there are people that like, no, when I close my eyes, there's just nothing. I can't imagine there's no like visual stimulation from your mind that way.
that's wild.
I'm a stupid person, so I'm not explaining this well, but like
No, that makes sense. You're not stupid, but that makes sense.
I couldn't
I
imagine like closing my eyes and then not being able to like add something to it. Like it's so crazy to me that people or the other one that fucking throws me off is people that don't have internal monologue,
yo,
that there's just
that
nothing
is
in their head,
wild.
just silence. That's
Dude,
insane to me.
that is insane because most of the day I'm in my head doing internal monologue stuff
all the time, all the
every
fucking
fucking
time.
second of the day, dude. That's crazy. It's fucking scary, is what it is.
It's very weird. Do
Yeah.
you talk to yourself
Out
like when
loud,
you're alone? Yeah, yeah.
constantly.
Not talking to yourself and that crazy person like you talking to someone that's not there, but that like thinking out loud to yourself all the time.
No, I'll do it like when I'm writing a script or if I'm editing a video or like even if I'm here, I'll literally be like, all right, so I gotta write an episode of Hot Take, then I'm gonna do the dishes, and then I'll be doing the dishes and I'll be like, oh fuck, I can't forget to write this down or something constantly. And but I've always done that.
I've always spoken out loud to myself. Caitlin will like nudge me in bed sometimes, and she's like, "Hey, you're talking," and it's because like I'm just like trying to fall asleep, and like I'm thinking out loud, and it's kind of like coming out of my mouth, and she's like, "Hey, can you like stop doing that?" And then I had one time I remember I was similar to what you were talking about. I was writing a script one time, and when I write dialogue in my scripts, I like try to say it out loud and get an idea of like how it's gonna sound and like what words are gonna fit better or whatnot. So I was in my bedroom one time, this was a couple years ago. I was in my room one time writing a script and I like said the line out loud to myself as my brother was coming into my room. And he just kind of looked at me like, "Hey, okay?" I was like, "Oh, I'm just writing this thing. Like I'm trying to hear how it, hey, what can I do for you? What's going on?" Like it was very
I hope that's like a sign of like high intelligence, because if it's not and we're all crazy, I'm gonna
we're
be
just
very
yeah,
upset.
we're yeah, yeah.
But yeah, police open up. But I think that's probably a sign of like high creativity.
Yeah, I would think so.
Probably, if I had to guess, because you definitely need a level of that when you're making videos and shit like that.
For sure. Just that kind of like there's always something going on. There's always a little something in the background.
Well, Alex, thank you for entertaining that. I thought of that on the ride home, and I was like, I've been asking all my friends this, and I figure I needed to ask you on video so I can go back and analyze you more later.
That was like actually super interesting. I like that one.
I'm glad. It wasn't funny. It's just I wanted to ask you.
I appreciate it.
Here is your chance to ask me your question. I'm very excited.
All right, my question for
While
you,
I eat
Joe.
my hot dog.
My question for you, Joe. If you could forget every movie you've ever seen, every song you've ever heard, or every video game you've ever played, which one of those three would you forget?
Video game.
Really?
Music and movies have fucking. I have watched movies and listened to songs that have genuinely, like, not the bullshit, like, oh, it changed my life. Like, genuinely changed my life. Right? Like, let me give you a quick example. I watched this movie on Netflix called Tick, Tick, Boom. It's a musical with Andrew Garfield. I watched that movie. I was so inspired. The next day I quit my job, and that's the reason I do what I do. Because I quit my bullshit job. If I never saw that movie, I would have never quit that job.
I watched that movie and the next day I quit my job and wrote a musical.
So video games, like, yeah, there's been some great fucking video games that I've played, but also if I forget it, I can go back and play fucking Zelda Ocarina of Time for the first time and experience it all over again. Movies have had such a fucking impact on me that my life would be drastically different if I forgot it. And any of them.
I almost think if you took, I don't know much, like, I don't know about music for you, but I feel like if you took movies, like if you just kind of scrubbed that part of your brain, so much about your personality would change because I think like in terms of who like inspired you and the way that you like, I know for me when it comes to movies and TV and stuff, it's like half of my vocabulary is just references and like I just say things like other people and shit. And I feel like that's a big part of your personality as well. Where like you were literally before we started recording, you were doing a Farley thing. And like if that part of your brain just got like sandpapered down, I'm curious if you would just never do the Farley thing again. Or
Well,
if you would do the Farley thing and then be like, wait, what the fuck was that? That was weird. What the
that's probably like developmental shit. Because when I was younger, my dad used to come home with fucking tapes and just be like SNL and Jackie Gleason and Andy Kaufman, Chris Farley, John Belushi, all these John Candy, all these great comedians. So my whole childhood development was these fucking comedians. And if I had never had that, I'd probably be like, can't wait to do my math homework. I'd probably still be in college. Probably would have graduated.
you'd be an aerospace engineer.
Yeah.
You'd be working for NASA.
Probably.
Was your household like were your parents very into comedy?
Very into comedy.
Okay.
Like, to be like, let me give you an example. Last night I went over there for dinner. The first thing we did when we got our food was we sat on the couch and turned on The Honeymooners, the classic 1955 show. Like
Yeah.
comedy, like SNL
One of
comedy
these
movies.
days.
Like, one of these days, Alice. One of these days.
Uh
Bang.
spousal
zoom.
abuse. Back
Yeah,
in
right.
the good old days when spousal abuse was just fine and accepted. No, my parents were the same way. Like when I was growing up, like if something was kind of just on in the background, it was usually comedy. My parents loved like Seinfeld, The Simpsons, SNL. Like it was always just kind of like my dad really liked MASH, so MASH was always on. Like I feel like comedy was always like very welcomed and encouraged in my household, which is like really interesting because I have friends whose parents like just like have no sense of humor and would never watch something like that, and so like they definitely grew up a little bit differently, and like so their exposure and experience with comedy is a lot different than mine. Where like my parents were showing me The Simpsons as like a kid, like I grew up on like specific worlds of comedy, so I always find that interesting.
We never watched like sitcoms like that. We only watched like my dad would show me old SNL skits and like old Jackie Gleason skits, and that definitely had such a fucking effect on me. Like I don't know. It's like we would it was like special. Like even yesterday we were doing it. We wouldn't even put it on in the background. We would gather around and fucking all watch it and laugh our fucking ass off. So it's the fucking greatest thing. Comedy's the fucking greatest thing ever, dude.
Dude, it's so great. Do you remember the first like adult like rated R thing you ever watched with your parents? Like the first one they ever showed you?
Nah, I don't. Nothing stands out. I think probably the closest thing was the movie Wild Wild West, the 1999 Will Smith classic. Um, it wasn't necessarily. It was adult because there was a lot of like sex humor and like swear words. And I remember being 4, saying the word ass, and my mom like getting really mad at me for that. But that was probably the closest thing that I remember. It was rated PG-13. It wasn't like R or anything, but I do remember that movie being like a milestone. Like, wow, I can watch Wild Wild West when I'm 5. Like, it's fucking wild. Great movie, by the way.
I remember being a teenager when my parents brought home a DVD for Step Brothers, and I don't think they even realized how brutal that movie was going to be, how raunchy that movie was going to be. That whole scene where the brother's wife is talking to John C. Reilly, and she's like, "Yeah, I just want to ball you up and stuff you inside of me." My dad's like fucking fast forwarding as fast as he can. He's like, "Okay, all right."
Yeah, like we never watched like raunchy comedies. That was never our fucking bag, man. We only watched like we watched a ton of Three Stooges, a ton of Abbott and Costello, SNL, and like Jackie Gleason and shit like that. It was never like raunchy comedies like that. That wasn't like our cup of tea, if you will. It was all like wholesome, like not wholesome, but like just like laid back comedy shit. So I didn't get into like, and even to this day, I don't really watch like raunchy comedies. I just don't think like raunchy shit is that funny.
I think when it's for the sake, like, all right, we're just gonna stuff as much in here as we can just for the sake of it. That's when I don't find it funny. Um, I was gonna ask too, like along the lines of like kind of raunchy or shocking stuff. Did your parents like Jackass, or did you find that on your own?
Oh, I found that on my own.
Okay, because my parents like Jackass. Like my parents had the
That's
DVDs of
wild.
the TV show and stuff. So I mean, my parents are like a little bit younger than yours, so like maybe that's what that is. But
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Dude, my parents are like almost 70.
yeah, dude, my parents, my mom turns 50 next month. That's crazy.
Dude, what the fuck? Your parents are mad young. Jesus.
Well, I mean, yeah, my dad. So when I was born, my dad was 35 and my mom was 16. So, nope, that's not funny. I shouldn't say that on the internet. Nope. I was waiting for you to laugh and you didn't.
I didn't know if you were serious. I was like, are you serious?
No,
I didn't want
not
to. I was going to
serious.
wait till after the recording and be like, yo,
No.
dude, are you fucking serious
Hey, I
about
think you need
that?
to call somebody. No,
Police, open up.
no, my mom just my parents are 9 years apart. 8.5. Yeah. Because my mom's turning 50 and my dad's gonna be turning 59. Son of a bitch, my battery's about to die. Joe, what the fuck is happening?
Should we
Um,
wrap this up or
yeah,
what?
we can. Yeah, let me switch and then we can wrap it up quick. Jesus Christ. What is oh boy.
Joey C didn't have the technical problems today.
You know what, man? I hate it here. Oh god. Oh, battery. You know what? While I switch my batteries, I'll at least give you my answer. So I've not played nearly as many video games as you have. I've just now, like as an adult, started to discover more video games and what I do and don't like and stuff. Um, for anybody that cares, the only like real games. I played a lot of like Madden and 2K and stuff growing up, but the only real games I ever played, and it's all been pretty recent, is GTA 5, both Red Dead games. I just finished The Last of Us, and I'm currently playing The Last of Us 2. So I'm still like very new to the world of video games. I fucking love Red Dead 2 though, and there is part of me that would just like love to experience that for the first time again. Also, you're going to be able to tell if you're watching the video like all three shots and where they start and end. This is I fucking hate it here. Cuz this battery's low too. There's a chance that we just finish it out. So I wouldn't say video games because I haven't played it enough for me to like care all that much.
Yeah, but it's like a get out of jail free card for you.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I would be really fascinated to see what my music taste would be if I started completely fresh again. So like kind of like similar to what we were talking about for comedy, my battery's going to die again. Yep, there it goes. So similar to what we were talking about for comedy, like I grew up with very similar tastes to like my parents because I just liked what my parents were listening to when I was growing up. The first CD I remember really having was the Offspring CD I stole from my dad.
Nice. Great band.
I very much here we fucking go. Yep, there's no more battery. All right, sorry folks. Should I just like put it on my phone, or I should go get my old fucking like 480p camcorder and hook it up?
We're about to end anyhow, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, we're gonna end the whole podcast. That's it. None of these are ever coming out.
No more episodes.
So like my music taste definitely started and grew from there, right? Like the Offspring. I can remember the first DVD my parents ever bought me was CD my parents bought me as a gift was AC/DC. So like I kind of have similar taste to my parents, and like it grew from there. And so I'd be very curious that if I just like completely started from scratch, like today, what I would like and not like, and if it would end up being similar or not. Like how much of it came from being there's like that nostalgic familiarity feel versus like what I have actually discovered on my own or not. And so like I think it'd be really interesting to just start fresh because I like generally like kind of modern hip hop and then a lot of like punk and grunge stuff. It'd be really fascinating to just start fresh and now all of a sudden I'm like a jazz expert. Like I'm just super or into like new wave funk fucking techno bullshit. Like I become a rave person. I start wearing leather and face paint and going to raves.
I could see that. But I also think a lot of everybody's music tastes come from their parents. Like, dude, my dad gave me a cassette tape of fucking Kiss Destroyer. And then he gave me one of fucking Paranoid by Sabbath. Right? So like that was the foundation. Kiss, Sabbath, and like Ronnie James Dio. And then I went on from there. So like if I was never given that, would I fucking be in the country? Fucking fuck no.
Well, no, because country's terrible, but like something else,
exactly.
Something else good and interesting.
Exactly. You bring up a good point. I like that, Alex. I like that.
I feel like we had two like actually thoughtful questions today.
We did. We're gonna goofy next time, but I'm glad we got a serious episode out of the way, Alex.
That was a nice change of pace.
I like that.
I have a small cube and I like the Offspring. Good episode. Good fucking episode.
And I ate hot dogs and drank G Fuel.
Yeah, it's a fucking, it's better than Mountain Dew, right?
That's right. I wanted to switch it up a little bit.
I mean, it's still the same wildly unnatural, toxic looking color.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I got to get jazzed up. I got stuff to do today. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like any color that could fall under the term neon should not go in your body.
Oh, fuck it. I'm going to inject that shit right into my veins, dude.
Just like drinking from a neon sign.
I'll put it up my ass.
Butt chugging a neon sign. Ah, fuck. Well, there it is. Joey C, episode 2, down and in the books.
We did it, baby.
If you watch this one, take a moment at home to think about your cube size. Don't be insecure. It's okay to have a small cube. Everyone does. It's okay. It's my cube's a grower, not a shower. It's okay. Joe, thanks, buddy.
Alex, hang loose, baby.